Julian Lennon became widely known and popular in 1984 with the hit album Valotte. But what has he been up to since then? Although he has not been constantly in the limelight, Julian Lennon has remained very busy in a variety of different fields. Following his father, John Lennon's tragic murder on December 8, 1980, Julian Lennon voiced anger and resentment, saying he never really wanted to know the truth about his relationship with his dad. He adds that Paul McCartney spent more time hanging out with him. Julian was excluded from his father's will. However, a trust of £100,000 was created by his father to be shared between Julian and his half-brother Sean. Julian sued his father's estate and in 1996 reached a settlement agreement authorized by Lennon's widow, Yokoono, reportedly worth £20 million. Lennon enjoyed immediate success with his debut album, Valotte, released in 1984. Produced by Phil Ramone, it contained 2 top 10 hits, the title track and Too Late for Goodbyes, and earned Lennon a nomination for the Grammy Award for Best New Artist in 1985. His second album, 1986's The Secret Value of Daydreaming, reached number 32 on the Billboard album chart in spite of being panned by the critics. In 1987, Julian Lennon appeared as the baker in Mike Batt's musical The Hunting of the Snark, based on the Lewis Carroll poem. The all-star lineup in the show included Roger Daltrey of The Who, Justin Hayward from the Moody Blues, and actor John Hurt as the narrator. The performance, a musical benefit at London's Royal Albert Hall in aid of the deaf, was attended by the Duchess of York. In October of that same year, Lennon performed with Chuck Berry. In 1991, George Harrison sent some ideas for Julian Lennon's album Help Yourself, although he did not play on the record or receive any credits. The single Saltwater reached number 6 in the UK and topped the Australian singles charts for 4 weeks. During this time, Lennon contributed a cover version of the Rolling Stones' Ruby Tuesday to the soundtrack of the television series The Wonder Years. Julian Lennon left the music business for several years in the 1990s, returning in May 1998 with the album Photograph Smile on his own record label. In 2002, he recorded a version of the Beatles' When I'm 64 for an Allstate insurance commercial. And in 2006, Julian Lennon ventured into internet businesses, including MyStore.com. His next album didn't come out until 2011 with Everything Changes. Julian Lennon's film credits include providing the voice for the title role in the animated film David Copperfield in 1993 and producing the documentary Whale Dreamers about an indigenous Australian tribe and their special connection with whales. That film received several awards and was shown at the 2007 Cannes Film Festival. In 2018, he was an executive producer of Women of the White Buffalo, a documentary film that focused on several Lakota women from Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota. In 2020, Julian Lennon was executive producer of the Netflix documentary Kiss the Ground and the follow-up film Common Ground. In 2022, on September 9th, Lennon's album Jude was released on the BMG record label. The title is a reference to the Beatles song Hey Jude, which Paul McCartney wrote famously in 1968 for Julian. After photographing his half-brother Sean's concert tour in 2007, Julian took up a serious interest in photography and has had his work displayed at several exhibitions. Shortly after the death of his father, Julian began collecting Beatles memorabilia, and in 2010, he published a book describing his collection, Beatles Memorabilia, the Julian Lennon Collection. In 2017, he began a New York Times best-selling trilogy, Touch the Earth, Heal the Earth, and Love the Earth, which he completed in 2019. In 2022, Lennon recorded his version of his dad's 1971 song Imagine, with all proceeds going to support Ukraine. Lennon currently lives in Monaco, and he's been quoted as having a reasonably cordial relationship with Yoko Ono. In 2020, he legally changed his name from John Charles Julian Lennon to Julian Charles John Lennon. I'm Mike Lamneck, and this has been Music Meanderings. Please subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.